Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, rocking with your one and only host, owner of the Emerald Tablets, better known as the Astro Guru. You are once again watching Astro Terry TV. It's still August 11th, and although I did do a video earlier, I felt the need to double back with a new topic. And the topic is loving from a distance. I chose this topic because some people will feel as if, this is the funny thing about loving people from a distance. Now, anytime you take a step back to gain clarity, better analyze the situation, when you're in the situation, it's like being in the situation and things are a little cloudy. Things can become cloudy, misty, foggy. That's how we get clouded judgment. But as you back away from something, you can see more. You feel me? As we back away, you can see more. Feel me? Gorgeous gangster, see more cake. But anyway, rest in peace, Stat Bundles. Raekwon Elliott. Shout out to Far Rockaway. But what happens is, like I said, when you in the situation, you right there, but things could be cloudy. So when you back up, you can see more clear. Now, when you back out of a situation, especially with friends, family, loved ones, relationships, things like that, might be a job situation, could be a business that you own. But what happens is, you step back to gain clarity. You are now outside the box looking in. So you can tell how action, reaction, and interaction is happening in its totality. Now, once you've done the analyzation of the situation and what part you've played in it and taken accountability, because that's also a big part of stepping outside the box. Because you could very well be the problem. And if you are the problem, then you have to take accountability. Go back into the situation and say, I apologize. I was thinking a little irate at the time, or I've been through this so many times that I didn't know what I was seeing. I may have taken, this situation, this job, this person, this relationship, this money, you may have taken it for granted, thinking it was always going to be there. Not learning and understanding the other side of the situation. So, if it's just a misunderstanding, then we can get past that. If both parties are, accountable and forgiving, then they can grow past it. And if we're gonna go, if we just like, look, it is what it is, let bygones be bygones, then we can get over it. But in certain cases, you have worthy and valuable people who don't play the radio. So when you're worthy and valuable, there's certain things that you do not tolerate. As we get older, we become less tolerant. We're not going for the things that we went for before. So in my 20s, I might have let a girl cheat on me and take her back, something like that. I was trying to understand love and find love. But the more and more I understood my own love languages and my own deal breakers and my own sensitivity to certain situations, I started realizing it's just certain people I can't deal with. So when I was a cheater, I dealt with people that would cheat, but that's where my vibration resonated. So it was like toxic and karmic relationships where she cheat on me, I cheat on her. We might be in a fight later, blah, blah, blah. And then we might be, laid up with each other again. We might go out, and when we go out, it's now we back to arguing about something else. And it's just a never-ending cycle, a karmic cycle, until one of us steps back so we can gain more clarity, which was normally me, because I get tired of things real fast. I get tired of the same thing real fast. So what happens is you step back and you realize sometimes that you're the problem. Now, when you realize that you're not the problem, it takes you, the person who has clarity, to attempt to diagnose the problem. Now, not only are we practicing acceptance of other people, which just means I gotta accept you as you are today. Now, in my acceptance, I can accept you back in my life, or I can accept the fact that this person is how they are and I don't have to try to change them and exit out of your life or exile you out of my life. Some people see that as a hating thing, like, oh, this person don't mess with me no more, blah, 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 blah. They say I be doing this, or they'll, yeah, but you did it before, and that's just negativity. Because if the person really did care for you, no matter whether you felt like it was best to remove them from your life, or if you felt like it was best to remove yourself from their life, perhaps the removal is only temporary. So don't judge the removal, judge my perception of the removal. If I feel like my life would be better by getting you out of it, then just be happy for me. Be happy that I'm trying to go in a better direction in my life. Be happy for me. That's something a lot of people don't actually practice. They think happiness is solitary, as if happiness can only be for you. But anytime I see somebody I love happy, or anytime I see a human being happy, I allow that happiness to rub off on me. That's just a way to stay a positive vibration. But back to loving from a distance. Now, the reason why people will talk bad about you after you decide to love them from a distance is because deep down in their soul, in their spirit, they feel as if their life would be better with you in it. But their pride won't allow them to ask you back in their life. So what they do is they go and talk smack to other people in hopes that the smack that they talk, because what goes around comes around, will make it back to you. And they're hoping that instead of responding by either not responding or saying like, yo, I'm not worried about this, saying like, they're hoping that you don't respond, but react. So if I block somebody and they out talking smack about me, and what they saying makes it back to me, that person is hoping that I go straight to them like, yeah, so what you said, blah, 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 and address the issue, because what they really want is my energy. They just want your energy in their circumference, and they'll do any and everything to get it there if they're that adamant about it. But they're not going to put their pride to the side and actually be accountable and apologize and things like that. So once you see that someone is like that, you can label them what I would call vindictive, because you're not taking the positive route to bring whatever it is that you want to fruition. You taking either the negative route, or you're trying to be manipulative, which means you're taking the negative route, but you're thinking about it in a positive aspect. And a lot of times things don't work that way. Depending on who you're dealing with, you have low vibrational people that you may get away with that on, but then you also have high vibrational people who see that coming from a mile away and they just won't interact. That's why you got example, be it guy or girl. If you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be entertaining anyone else. Now, entertaining in this sense is not Love and Hip Hop. It's not Ratchet TV. Oh, this is entertaining. No. Entertaining means if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be outside your relationship secretly building another relationship, because now you split your energy. So, and people can smell that on you. Like, nah, you acting different. It's because they're hanging around a whole nother person. They speaking different. You understand? Their aura has changed. And if you fell in love with a certain vibe, they can no longer maintain that vibe, especially if they're splitting it off and giving it to everyone outside of the relationship. So, all right, damn it. Oh, I fucked up. So, loving from a distance is what you do when you want to cut someone off, but you have hope for them. You feel me? When you want to cut somebody off, but you have hope for them. But you've seen the good in someone before, and you know that they can get back to that point. Or what happens is, I don't agree with what you're doing right now or where you're at in your life, and being this close to you is tearing me apart. So in order to save you, hopefully, I gotta go away and save myself. And if you care enough, every now and then you'll look in my direction and you'll see that, how come this person doing better than I am right now? Maybe they wasn't the problem. How come everybody keeps saying hi to them? How come everybody keep going around them? How come everybody got something good to say about them, but I don't? It's because your perception was misconstrued. I mean, you were thinking incorrectly. You're probably in your ego, being too prideful, and you messed up a good situation. Now, we can always repair any of our wrongs. But however, you've got to right your wrongs. That's why it's called wrong and right. You got to right your wrongs. Now, like I said, when righting your wrongs, it takes accountability. But don't say sorry or pretend to be accountable in a situation that you know you're going to do again. Because if you do it again, it shows that you were never really sorry to begin with. Understood?